What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Started the day off, got the truck all cleaned up. Last time I washed the truck was probably like 3 or 4 months ago. All winter long I would just hose it off and call it a day. It's all finally cleaned up, looking minty fresh again. And now we're gonna move on to the gray Evo 10. I don't know if we have a name for it. Bobby, have you named it? I don't think you have. We have a billion parts for this car to clean up. Engine, of course, transfer, all of the parts you guys see over here. Main thing being the subframe with all the control arms and whatnot. I do want to figure out how to get these brake rotors off. I've never seen this before. Look at those lug nuts, or the nuts holding the rotors on. Very, very different. I don't have a key for that, so I probably will have to order one online. And then of course we have the engine bay and the underside of the car as well. You already know the typical, I want to make this thing perfect. As perfect as could be in the time that we have. Parts show up Monday, clutch shows up Monday. Today, I just want to get everything cleaned up, and then I might start moving on to some body work, depending. I could just sit around and wait until the clutch, but I don't really want to do that. So let's start off with our crusty 4B11. It's really not that bad. Whole backside's pretty crusty, but the front's not terrible. We do have to extract a stud, a broken bolt out of the turbo, but other than that, shouldn't be too big of a deal. All right, as of right now, all of the drivetrain stuff is cleaned up. So we got the trans, engine, and T-case all cleaned up. So next up, we need to move on to our subframe. It's been nice using the engine hoist to get all the stuff cleaned up. I've been at it for like 4 or 5 hours now, and this is probably the crustiest thing that we got. So let's get this thing hanging from the engine crane and see what we can do here. I might do a little bit of disassembly, but I don't want to completely go through it. This thing is so freaking crusty. It's all gear oil too, which I find much more difficult to get off versus just engine oil. and it's so caked on there. A lot of the parts that we've already done I had to use brake cleaner on, but yeah, let's see what we can do with this crusty ass thing. Well, underneath all the grease was a nice clean subframe. This thing turned out really good. I think all that oil and grease kind of protected it because it looks pretty much brand new. Definitely the crustiest components I've ever had to clean. Probably the crustiest car I've ever bought, to be honest. I would think so, yeah. But when it's all said and done, it should be pretty nice. I'm gonna head in right now, grab paint for this car. I have no idea if we're gonna get around to paint work or not before the clutch shows up. But just in case, it is Friday. And if I have nothing else to work on Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna try to get some stuff painted out. We have like 4 or 5 panels to paint, so nothing crazy, but let's head down in the BRZ and snag some paint. All right, we got some paint in here, quart for the Evo and a little pint for that guy to respray that fender that we messed up. So check this out. As I was cleaning the undercarriage, removing all of the grease and grime and dirt and junk, I found out that this thing has definitely been on fire before. Not a big fire by any means, but wouldn't you guys agree that that is some fire right there? What would be right there that would catch fire? Everything else looks fine. Just a little something right there. I wonder if it was like an exhaust blowout, but clearly you can see that paint is a little bit crispy, a little bit fried. Not exactly sure what would have caused that. Very interesting. Either way, entire undercarriage is taken care of, all cleaned up. Damn, this thing is dirty. Engine bay is all good to go. I really want to get started on bodywork, but being that the shop's kind of a mess still, I want to just go ahead and knock out all of these parts as well. There's not much here to clean. There's like the CV axles. I'm going to run through, make sure we have no torn boots, some intake and intercooler stuff, just like all these random parts here. I did notice on the subframe assembly, outer tie rods, both boots are torn, so we'll go ahead and swap those out. Other than that, she's good to go. This is literally the worst part about building a car, and you don't have to do any of this, but you know how annoying it is putting a car back together and you have a little oil leak and you can't figure out where it is because everything's still oily and greasy. Very, very pointless. Let's finish up cleaning. Pop off the hood. Let's see, we're spraying the hood, front bumper. I'll probably spray one fender. I might even spray both fenders just to kind of blend in the hood and bumper to the fenders. I probably will, just so everything looks 100% perfect. And then most likely the rear bumper as well, if I cannot get it fixed with just like some heat. Let me show you guys what I mean. I know I could get it pushed back in with heat, but it's like bent out a little bit. So if I can't make that look really, really nice, I'll spray the rear bumper as well. I won't need to do any sort of blending up to any other panels. If we just do color here, blend it out there, and not spray the sides of the bumper to where it meets the quarter, we'd be good to go. I feel like bumpers never match anyway. It's kind of weird. Brand new BRZ. Let me show you guys this. Brand new BRZ skirts and bumpers do not match. It's a little dirty. Let me show you the skirt though. You see how much different that is? I noticed a lot more now that I started painting stuff, but that's clearly a little bit brighter, less creamy of a white than the body of the car. And that's how the bumpers are too. All right, moving on to some body work. Let's run through what we got. Front bumper, a little bit of cracked paint right up in here. We'll get that taken care of. I'm gonna pull off this license plate bracket, and provided the holes aren't, I guess either way, we're gonna do a license plate bracket delete. I think those things are super, super ugly. And then just a few little scrapes down in here. That'll be a very, very simple job. Respray the whole front bumper. And like I was talking about earlier, I really want everything to match good. And when I did the S2K stuff, I did some blending on the fenders and it turned out perfect. I think that was my first time ever blending anything, if I remember correctly. And I'm trying to get better at painting. And yeah, I need to learn how to blend good. Moving on to the hood. This thing was resprayed. The color is quite a bit off, as you guys can see. This is the original paint. This is some janky respray. Peeling, rock chips. And then I think there was like some tiny little dings that I saw earlier as well. It's so freaking crusty, I can't even see them. Yeah, there's a few little tiny dings in it. We're gonna respray the hood scoop. And it'd be nice to blend into the fenders a little bit here, down here, down here. I do want to go ahead and get these little things here fixed on the front fender. And then what else? There was a little bit of cracking paint right here from when somebody rolled the fenders. And then I'll probably do the same on this fender as well. Just blend this section here just so you can't tell that we sprayed the hood. I feel like this is kind of a harder color to spray. So just butt matching the panels, it probably isn't the best idea for a newbie painter like me. A little bit of cracked paint right here. So honestly, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the fenders as well. So let's get started. We have about 2 days before the clutch comes in. Let's pull apart the front bumper, get everything repaired, get those holes filled. I have used fiberglass in the past. I may try something else this time around. I guess we'll see. All right, slight issue. We do not have any body filler for plastic here at the shop. I must have ran out. I think I've had some in the past because I've repaired bumpers before. But yeah, this rear bumper definitely needs a touch of filler. I try to get it as close as possible with just heat and sanding and whatnot, but I want to make it perfect. And I don't want to use regular filler because it'd probably crack out eventually. So yeah, and it's Friday. Everyone's closed till Monday. But here's the rear bumper. It's all sanded out where the damage was. Front bumper, we did our little hold delete right up in here. So there's just fiberglass on the back side. I sanded it down. I'm gonna do a touch of filler there just to make it perfect. But I think I'm gonna call this a day. It's pretty wild. I feel like I'm cooking on this car. When we brought it into the shop yesterday, it was a running, driving car. Now it's missing tons of body panels. There's no motor, transfer, subframe. We're cooking, which is fun. I enjoy it. I just hope I can find someone tomorrow or somewhere tomorrow that has some plastic body filler. If not, it's gonna kind of set us back, which we could always do some like Subaru things or Evo 8 things. We have plenty of other projects to work on, but I just like to get one project knocked out at a time. So yeah, gonna wrap it up right here, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow.